Welcome to this lesson on finding absolute extrema on closed bounded regions. This is a core topic in multivariable calculus, often called Calculus 3. Today, we will learn how to find the highest and lowest points on a surface, but restricted to a specific area. First, let's define what we are looking for. An absolute maximum is the highest point, or largest z-value, that a function reaches anywhere within our specific region. Conversely, the absolute minimum is the lowest point, or smallest z-value. You can visualize this as finding the highest mountain peak and the lowest valley floor within a fenced-off park. How do we know these points even exist? The Extreme Value Theorem guarantees that if we have a continuous function, meaning no breaks or holes, and our region is both closed and bounded, then there must be an absolute maximum and minimum. Closed means the region includes its boundary fence, and bounded means it doesn't stretch out to infinity. Our strategy mirrors what you learned in single-variable calculus for intervals. We have a three-step process. First, we check the inside of the region for critical points. Second, we analyze the boundary edges. And third, we simply compare the values we found to see which is the winner. Step 1 is finding critical points inside the region. We do this by taking the partial derivatives with respect to x and y, setting them both to 0, and solving the system. The crucial part here is to discard any points that fall outside our region. We only care about what is happening strictly inside the boundary. Step 2 is often the most work, analyzing the boundary. We can't use the partial derivatives here. Instead, we plug the boundary equations into our function to turn it into a simple single-variable calculus problem. We find the max and min along the edges, and we must also remember to check the corners or vertices where the edges meet. Let's walk through a concrete example. We have the function f of x, y equals x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 2y. This is a paraboloid. Our region, R, is a triangle in the xy plane with vertices at 0, 0, 2, 0, and 0, 2. This region is bounded by the axes, and the line y equals 2 minus x. Starting with step 1, we find the partial derivatives. The partial with respect to x is 2x minus 2. The partial with respect to y is 2y minus 2. Setting these to 0 gives us x equals 1 and y equals 1. The point is 1, 1. However, if we check our triangle, this point lies exactly on the hypotenuse boundary, not strictly inside. So technically, there are no critical points in the interior, but we will catch this point in the boundary step anyway. Now for step 2, analyzing the boundary. We have 3 segments. First, the bottom edge where y is 0. Our function becomes just x squared minus 2x. We differentiate and find a critical point at x equals 1. This gives us the point 1, 0. We do the same for the left edge where x is 0, finding the point 0, 1. Finally, for the hypotenuse where y equals 2 minus x, we substitute that in, simplify, and find that the minimum occurs at x equals 1, giving us the point 1, 1. Finally, step 3, comparison. We make a table of all our candidates, the 3 corners of the triangle, and the critical points we found on the edges. We plug each x and y pair back into the original function. The corners all give us a value of 0. The edge points give us negative values. The lowest value is negative 2, which occurs at the point 1, 1. So, to recap, always check if your set is closed and bounded. Find internal critical points using partial derivatives. Parameterize the boundary to reduce it to a Calc 1 problem. Don't forget the corners. And finally, compare all your z-values to find the absolute extrema. Thank you for watching. I hope this clarifies how to handle absolute extrema problems. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more calculus tutorials. Next up, we will cover Lagrange multipliers.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.